गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः ॐ श्री शिवकृपानन्द स्वामी नमो नमः।
Here I am, buried underneath layers of existence. Traveled through time, walked along, long distance. My heart been unaware, guru energy held me amongst all the oceans of life's dark uncertainty.
मुझको कहाँ ढूंढे रे बंदे, मैं तो तेरे पास हूँ। मुझको कहाँ ढूंढे रे बंदे, मैं तो तेरे पास हूँ। आजा भीतर पास मेरे, मैं तो तेरे साथ हूँ। मुझको कहाँ ढूंढे रे बंदे, मैं तो तेरे पास हूँ।
2020 was known by the world as the year of Corona. But Swamiji said it was not the year of Corona, it was the year of Karuna. Karuna is compassion, Guru's grace. Okay? And look, our Swamiji taught us, if I can wear mask, why you cannot wear mask? Take care of your personal hygiene. Follow all the guidelines given by your local government authority and for your safety, social distancing and everything. Wash your hands. Swamiji, we represented him as a model for this program. Okay, and we did two beautiful program with doctors from USA. Uh, First one was pandemic and depression, to make people aware about the physical and mental issues that can be affected during this pandemic. And Dr. Achin Choksi and Dr. Milind Joshi, they were beautifully medium to bring their medical expertise and also guiding us how we can avoid other problems during this pandemic. And recently, Dr. Suryakant Baisha has been awarded certificate of merit by the Canadian CPS. Okay, so I want to congratulate on behalf of Samarpan family to Suryakantji for this success. He has been doing this job of pediatric cardiology for more than 50 years almost. So we are so proud that people like Dr. Suryakantji, Dr. Shirish Nathwani, Dr. Shobha Ben, Dr. Mehula, and Bhakti Gawade, they were the guest for us to tell about how Samarpan meditation has affected their life, how Samarpan meditation has been instrumental in their medical career. So this is our thing. This is what we have taken as initiative together. And I want to repeat again, history of Samarpan in USA is not the history of one couple that you see here. History of Samarpan in USA is a collective Guru Karya on a soul level that happened with everybody's contribution. So from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you to you, all your soul who came forward, gave us new ideas, and supported us in Guru Karya.
Hello, friends. My name is Mehula Patel. I'm a practicing primary care physician in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania, in United States. I wanted to introduce you all to a meditation technique that has I've been practicing for the last 10 years. It has immensely helped me grow as a person and my personality. I can see myself growing out of some negative qualities that I had, like getting angry easily, worrying a lot, being very anxious, worrying about the future, and excessive thoughts. Some of this was definitely related to my monthly hormonal changes, but I have seen that there has been a slow, subtle change in the last 10 years that has helped me get out of these feelings. I have more feeling of satisfaction, peace, less anxiety, less fear of the future, and uh, less worrying about things around me. This technique is called Samarpan meditation, and it has been taught by a spiritual master, Sri Shiv Krupanand Swamiji. He does live meditation workshops, and I wanted to, in this era of pandemic, I understand that everybody um, has gone through different emotions, and concerns, and I just wanted to take this opportunity to see if there is anybody around who's seeking help to fight uh, the battle of this ongoing emotion, depression, anxiety, or fear about the future. Uh, One of the example that I experienced that made me realize that how this has helped, which myself did not know about it, was recently my husband, who's a physician, uh, had the COVID infection. He was pretty sick. Fortunately, he was not admitted to the hospital, but for the 10 days he struggled a lot. And I have two little kids, and my elder son always gets sick with breathing issues when he gets any kind of infection. So before my husband got sick, I had these anxiety always, that what if it comes to our house, what if my kids get it, and obviously all those things. But when this really happened, I cannot believe myself. Like, I could not believe how I reacted to the whole situation. I was so calm, I was peaceful, obviously trying to stay in the present and not thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow. I handled the whole situation so well, which I cannot give credit to myself. I think it's something that I found out, that yes, if a situation like this happens, I can handle it. And I did not know about this until I actually faced the situation. Also, fortunately, with proper quarantine and with God's grace, none of us, like myself and my kids, did not get any infection or any signs of infection. My husband recovered after around 14 to 15 days. But this experience actually made me realize that how the daily meditation practice and how it has slowly changed me from within, which is surprising to me and my family as well as my husband. So I just wanted to put this out to everybody. If anybody is seeking help, if they are having emotional issues, stress, anxiety, and if they are looking for help outside, this is a wonderful opportunity if you want to learn more about it. Also, if there is somebody who don't struggle with any kind of emotions that I experienced, but have been meditating and are looking for the next step in their spiritual journey, I would highly encourage them to try this out. And if it suits you, please very well, you can inculcate this in your daily practice. It is free of charge, and it does not have to be of any religion. It is more for your mental well-being and for a overall spiritual journey. Thank you very much for listening to me.
That's beautiful testimony by Mehula ji.
I want to just say one second thing, that without Kalpana ji, this would have been not possible. Even though she brought Samarpan to America, that is one foundation thing, but we have taken so much time of Hitendra ji during this time. Any spouse, if not meditating, will go crazy to have not working husband around her. So thank you, Kalpana ji, as always, for being the silent.
He's doing Swami's work, so I'm okay.
I'm sure you
So,
are proud of him,
The,
and we are proud
the
of
inner
him.
transformation from the first Shibir till today is such that at that time, initially, she did not want to host an Indian sadhu. After Swamiji left, she helped me sponsor Swamiji for 2002. And Swamiji says in his discourse, एक गुरु का आपके घर पे अपनी जरूरियात के लिए आना वो एक बात है, और एक गुरु को आप आमंत्रित करो और बाद में उसका आपके घर पे आना दूसरी बात है. So both of these blessings we were able to enjoy, and today we are sharing that for the entire world simply because Kalpana stood next to me and she is still today with me. She now believes that every person should have guru in their life. Say that.
Kalpana, do you want to say something?
Yeah.
No, it is true what Hitendra just said, that we all need guidance. So Swamiji is my guidance. I follow him. I'm speak very less because I get very emotional. So I give all stage to him so he can speak on behalf of me.
But whatever I am saying, the energy is coming from her. We are in YouTube. I was showing this. We are in YouTube, and all her, the love that I'm sharing with you is the love coming from my mother and my wife that I carry and I share with everybody. And the parental, fatherly love that I'm sharing is coming from Swamiji and my father. So I believe, again, this is part of the values, but I want everybody to learn from this, that if you have a pure wish, if you have a soulful love, then the family can grow to such big place. And Swamiji said that practice this and you will see this can happen by anybody. I was very small person. I was not a rich guy. I was not a big pay person. We were a very small family. We were a very simple family. But because of our wish, because of our desire to be instrumental for Swamiji, there was no if or but, there was no question. Like Swamiji says, when that Nepali guy came to the Pashupatinath temple, he did not feel like whether I should go or not. It happened. The same way, for me, the day Swamiji came in my life, there is no if, nothing, no question. I just follow his wish. Forget even he don't tell me in words, just his wish we follow. So that is happening in our life. Why it cannot happen in your life? Let's go next.
The show must go on. So I guess we'll move on to the next session. So this is one of the questions that had come up a couple of times. We have heard, Hitendraji, that you are writing a book. Can you please tell us more about it?
Yes, I am writing a book. As Swamiji says, that sadhak who have been meditating for a long time, they have so many experiences and stories to say. But most important thing that I want to share is what made me who I became today. Because as we have heard from so many young people and sadhaks and sadhika from different age group, that we really love you, we get inspired, we get motivation from you, and we are setting up the trend of Samarpan, the way original values that Swamiji gave us. You know, I'm repeating the word value again and again and again, because these are the sanskara. This is not my attitude or somebody's attitude. This is not something that I learned from the world. This is something that I carried forward from my guru, and I'm passing down to all of you. Why you like me? It is not because I am something genius or smart. It is because I am blessed by my guru, and I'm trying to pass those blessings. So most important thing about my book is it will be coming under the name not as a Hitendra Rana, under the name Nobody. And RB stands for Rane and Benevolent. Benevolent is literally um, Latin translation or French translation of Hitendra. Okay, somebody who wants to do good for others. That is Benevolent. R stands for Rane. Rane is again French word that stands for reborn. And nobody is nobody. So I wanted to give my soul the name Nobody because soul has no body.
True.
I want to give the name to my body as Rane because this is the rebirth of the same soul in the different form. So Nobody, Rane, and then Benevola is my mind or my intellect or my ego, whatever is staying outside on a intellectual level, rational level, which is going to die when I am not living in this body. So Nobody, Rane, Benevola is going to be the identity as an author. Just sharing with you. Most important thing I learned at very young age of 15 was when I failed to win the love of somebody. I tried to go back because, like Swamiji says, that young boys and girls they fail in love and they think that I want to make a suicide. I was one of them too. So, what went wrong in that relationship? That is the thing that I wanted to ask, and my soul guided me even at that age also, and I listened to that, and that is why I am here today. And that is how I met Swamiji and Kalpana, because probably Kalpana was destined for me, and we had a journey to go together. If she is not there in my life, I will not come to Canada, and if I don't come to Canada through her, probably Swamiji did not have the channel to come. So no matter how much I say that I am the calf or bachra of Swamiji Guru Mauli, there is a lot of connection on a soul level between all of us why we are here today. Okay, so that is one thing I want to tell. But here I am showing you every house of relationship is based on the ground of understanding. Most important thing that keeps us going in any relationship, whether it is a relationship with self, relationship with God, or relationship with anybody around the world, including our family members, you need to have understanding, ground of understanding, and you need to have four pillars. And those four pillars should have the roof of communication. You have to talk, you have to speak out. So this is the understanding I developed from my failed relationship at the age of 15. And I believe love should be unconditional. Love should be coming as a attitude of gratitude that God, thank you for giving me. For example, I appreciate after I met Kalpana that God has a better plan for me. So appreciate the blessings. And when you love somebody, I loved somebody who did not love me back does not mean that that person is bad or wrong or she failed me or she ditched me or something like that. But we have to understand that God has a plan for us. We have to have faith that way. Okay, so love has to be unconditional, and you don't stop giving love because somebody did not give you love. That is my philosophy. That is how I maintain every relationship, whether it is with my kids, my wife, or any sadhak or stranger who come. That's why you are getting so many compliments from my relationship. Once somebody come in my life, they are never gone. I will never forget. I will always love them. Second is respect. Respect is something that comes through our honesty. If we walk what we talk, then we earn respect. And when we want to earn respect from somebody, we have to be open-minded enough to accept anybody from anywhere, being inclusive. As you have heard some words from somebody's testimonies here, I have been very inclusive and open-minded and always willing to accept somebody with whatever ideas they come with, without any judgment or without any prejudice. And that is very important for us. Once you have love and respect, then only third pillar will build, and that is the pillar of trust. You will build the trust with somebody, and once you have trust, then the relationship has first pillar, that is not allowing that is not going to allow it to break down. But even after having the trust, which is, I would say, you will have to use some words of appreciation. Say thank you, say please, say sorry. Every relationship, and probably those little words can mean something to the other person. Because many times we get, when I met Swamiji and Kalpana and I were very young couple, we used to argue. We used to say, no, I am right. No, you are wrong. This, that. But if you appreciate, that right and wrong will be wiped out. That trust will build more stronger. And last part is let go. Because we have built the trust that he is right person for me. Like when I met Kalpana, as I told you, I was not ready to marry her, but I trusted her for her genuinity and her loving heart. She was so loving and so respectful with my sister and my mother and family that I thought that probably this person is right candidate for me as a bahu or daughter-in-law for this family, because I have such a big family and we needed somebody like that who can mingle with everybody without any argument or with smoothly. She was also helping my mom and my sister in cooking, doing the Indian style roti. हम उसपे जवार की रोटी कहते हैं उसको, बड़ी वाली. So I said that even though this person is coming from Canada, she is very humble and she's grounded to the earth. So that was another thing that impressed me, and I proposed her. But she told me one thing, because we had issue about the religion. Her family was practicing Christianity and mine. She said that no matter what happened, I will always stand next to you. And that is the reason why I took chance when Swamiji was coming. I did not tell her because I trusted her, that pillar of trusting and letting it go. I knew that she will let go her ego or jid or disagreement for me because she loved me. And these four pillars with communication and understanding will keep any relationship go strongly. This is the formula I developed at the age of 15, and after 40 years, it is still working successfully. And I guarantee anybody who practice this, your relationship will be amazing. You will never have a problem. One more thing that I want to share in my book is Guru is a Shakti, Guru is not a person. Okay, so here is a physical body of Swamiji from the medical workshop with doctors in Ahmedabad. On Chaitanya Mahotsav this year, 2020, day before, if you look in this circle, you will see similar vibration, similar energy, similar image of Swamiji. He gave me darshan. He gave me darshan on Chaitanya Mahotsav, and not once, not twice. When my father passed away, I was really broken. I felt that I lost big pillar of support. Another time, I want you to see in the leftmost Om that I saw, such a big Om in the sky. This is the plane going, by the way. Look at the size of the plane and size of the Om.
Yeah, that is
Okay.
amazing. So beautiful.
And not only that, look in this, Rajendra Bhai and Pannaben Patel from Canada, they showed me when I sent this picture to them. They said, look, this is, you can see the Swamiji's face in this. Like this is the eyebrow, this is the eyes, this is the nose. And you can literally see Swamiji's face here also. This was in 2015 and this is in 2020. Anywhere I go, I have seen Om in India, I have seen Om in Canada, I have seen Om wherever I am in Raleigh right now. This is Raleigh, this is Dharam, this is Morrisville where I live. Anywhere I go, I see Om. This is the Guru Shakti always with me, strengthening me and telling me that don't worry, I am there. So Guru is not a person. Guru is a Shakti. This is one of the proof. And another thing, wherever we go, local energy has some sort of Guru or a divine form existing there. I shared my spiritual journey from the age of 3 to 53 and how when I came to USA 2 years ago in 2018, I experienced the energy of Archangel Michael. Okay, when I was young, I experienced the energy of Ramdev Pir. through the bhajan, and I believe that Ramdev Pir is the medium, Samadhi's guru, who connected me with Kalpana. And after I met Shirdi Sai Baba's, I got free trip to Shirdi, by the way. Baba invited me, and I went there for free trip. Same thing after with Swamiji, I met Shiv Baba, and I give lot of salutation and namaskar to Shiv Baba, because without him, Swamiji will not bring this gift. So the same way, Swamiji appreciate more to Kalpana than me, because Swamiji says that if you did not come, Hitendra will not come, and I will not get the link to come to Canada. So this is the way it is. But believe, and I want to show you something. This is the Washington Monument in Washington DC, not too far from Capitol Hill and the White House. Okay, if you see in the center, you see the Om there. If you see here,
Yeah.
This is while I was driving back from the workshop in Virginia, and while returning from Shobhaben Mehta's house back to North Carolina. We were just passing by that area, and I saw that. I also want to show you that I see the angelic energy the same way as we see the Om. This is the two wings of angel. After I realized, I experienced the energy of Archangel Michael. Look at this. This is Om also with the wings.
Yes.
Same thing.
Wow.
There were multiple Om here, and this is in the work area. When I go for walks, sometime I see this. Okay, this is the Om, and if you look again here, this is the angel-like energy showing the hand to the Om, pointing towards the Om. What I got the message from Archangel Michael's Anubhuti. Here again, like a manly body, as a giant godly figure. Okay, I have so many Anubhutis, and what I learned from this is religions are man-made and they are dividing. But God is one energy, universal consciousness is one energy. If you are open-minded and if you are connected on a soul level, you will experience those energy on a soul level, and you will be able to decode those sanket or signals that are given by the divine energy, and you will literally communicate. As you see here also, this is like a angel-like figure that is flying, and this is one wing and this is another wing. But I see it because I have bhav. If you develop that bhav, one day you will develop this communication with the divine also. So this is just part of the story that I want to share. We can go to question and answer now.
Thank you. Wow, that is such an amazing and powerful slide, Hitendraji, and we are so much looking forward to the book also.
Thank you.
Just looking at these two slides itself is so powerful. I'm sure the book would be amazing.
Yeah.
And best of luck and good luck for the book to bring out. Thank you so much.
Thank you for everything, all the volunteers and everybody who conducted this program and supporting us. You guys did better job than me, by the way. I'm very proud of you. Zulika ji, Sonal ji, Pali ji, you guys hosted me so well with so much love and Swamiji said that without Atmiyata, no Guru Karya will happen anywhere in the world. One of the reasons why we are progressing so well in 2020 onwards, because as you have seen from 2017 onwards, I am getting very good support from the Canada trustees and sadhaks. Okay, so the bonding between USA and Canada is getting so strong on a soul level. Thank you, Viresh Bhai. Thank you, Shirish Bhai, and thank you, Kate, for always supporting our ideas and being there for us in every Guru Karya. And I think together we will make such a beautiful Guru Shakti Dham that entire world is going to keep looking at it.
Okay, thank you, Hitenji and Kalpana ji. It is beautiful. Again, this is all through Guru Tattva. Otherwise, it is not even possible.
One thing, as I said in the beginning of today's session, history of Samarpan in America is not the story of Hitendra and Kalpana Rana. It is the story of all the beautiful souls you have heard and you have seen in our presentation. And I want to thank each and every soul who directly, indirectly contributed in making Samarpan mission successful on the land of the continental Americas, because I took full blessing and responsibility to become medium for Swamiji and to become channel for Archangel Michael to uplift the vibration of this land and to bring the self-realization for many souls. That is the way I look at it. But I have tried to say thank you to each and everyone with as much names as possible. If I forgot or if I missed somebody's name, please forgive me. I tell you one thing, Swamiji love you, Swamiji bless you, and I love you, Kalpana love you as much, right?
Absolutely.
Without you, we will not be there. And without us, Swamiji will not be there. Okay? So I want to sing one line as a concluding remark.
Yes, please.
दुनिया चले न श्री राम के बिना, दुनिया चले न श्री राम के बिना, राम जी चले न हनुमान के बिना, दुनिया चले न श्री राम के बिना, राम जी चले न हनुमान के बिना, शिव बाबा चले न स्वामी जी के बिना, स्वामी जी चले न हम सब के बिना, शिव बाबा चले न स्वामी जी के बिना, स्वामी जी चले न हम सब के बिना, हे दुनिया चले न श्री राम के बिना, राम जी चले न हनुमान के बिना. जय बाबा स्वामी.
Oh my God. What beautifully said, what beautifully sung. I mean, both the songs, the one you sang earlier and now, I think we should have a recording and we should all be able to hear it when we want. So now I'm going to invite Viresh ji.
Beautiful way of concluding, Hitendra Bhai. Jai Baba Swami,
Jai Baba Swami.
And also all pure soul who are attending the session. First of all, I should say we're all thankful to Param Pujya Gurudev for bringing all of us together on a common platform of spiritual path through Samarpan meditation. Now, coming back to you, what a spiritual journey you guys have been leading.
Thank you.
What a beautiful way of explaining the house of relationship, which stands on the 4 pillars, including explanation for the name, nobody. Wow. Hats off to you. Hats off to you too, Kalpana ji. Hitendra ji, thank you for introducing the session entitled This is Samarpan, in which you are now being interviewed for the second time. You summarized beautifully the gist of the first session, which was presented as the last session in 2020, and now your today's session, which is the first of the 2021, spanning over a period of 20 years. For all the listening sadhaks, it was a beautiful way of ending 2020 and now beginning the new year 2021. You have touched the hearts of hundreds and hundreds of pure souls, and that message came through loud and clear through these 2 interviews. When we progress through spiritual sadhana, you beautifully said that one progresses from samadhan bhavana to sadbhavana to samabhavana and kshama bhavana. I would say from kshama bhavana, one develops Gurudeva bhavana, and then finally Atmadeva bhavana when one rises to the Sahasrara chakra. You also mentioned about the year 2020 as the year of coronavirus. In fact, in the past year 2020, for Samarpan sadhaks, Guru Karya has become more infectious and has spread fast, increasing the Samarpan activities exponentially through Guru Karuna.
Yes.
And it is more infectious than the corona virus. Your efforts in spreading Samarpan in Americas were never wasted, but they were in fact invested, and the interest is growing with compound interest now, and the investment is going with the compound interest. See how many centers have come up and they are running in United States. It's all because of the distribution of your unconditional love, and that too done with no expectation. You rightly said Guru's values ought to be transferred through the senior sadhaks, and see now how those transfers are now percolating through generations, different generations, X, Y, Z, etc., right to the very young Sadhika Kaira, who is only 7 years old. I must mention to everyone that Kaira inherited the Guru Karya lessons when she was in her mother's womb, Rasika ji's womb. Rasika ji is a very dedicated sadhika, and the mother-daughter duo is a great example of transfer of Guru Karya from generation to generation. I have been saying that Kaira is a modern day Abhimanyu. You heard Hitendraji mentioning that Rasika ji has placed appropriate photos of Swamiji in each slide. In fact, she has an amazing collection of more than 350 photos of Swamiji's. In no time, she draws up an appropriate PowerPoint, appropriate photo for a PowerPoint, and Kaira helps her in choosing the right photos. This is a great example of intergenerational Guru Karya. Next is the young duo, Priyanshi and Sagar, pure souls who are managing the backstage on not just this one event, but on many of the events, as you saw through when it was being explained about all other activities that are happening. And they're also involved in, along with Dhara, in leading youth introduction sessions and many more. Very dedicated sadhaks. Next comes our another duo, the great duo, the hosts of today's session, Sonali ji and Zurika ji. We all heard how these two pure souls met for the first time, and now their friendship is blossoming. Thank you for doing a wonderful job of interviewing sadhaks throughout these sessions of This is Samarpan. Finally, Shefali ji. She is in her own class. She is the one who gets sadhaks to bond through sharing the anubhutis. She is the one who makes sure for every session how everyone presenting is presentable, and how and she tests the sound, whether the sound is clear, whether the audio videos are coming clear, everything, every little thing she pays attention to. A lot of work goes on while preparing these sessions, which are in a way bonding sessions themselves. Also, today's session, as Hitendra ji mentioned, is not just about him and Kalpana ji, but is also about so many sadhaks who are doing Guru Karya, and who shared their experiences also today. Thank you one and all from the bottom of my heart for the great Guru Karya that you guys have been doing. Thank you.
Viresh bhai, thank you very much for so many kind words, and most importantly, collaborating with us on a national level, and without any obstacle or any hesitation. You were always there, and I believe that this is the same thing that happened. Swamiji said that when two souls, regardless of the relationship, are surrendered and connected to the same Guru, it has to get the same frequency, same love from Guru. So that is what is happening between us. So the Guru Karya is happening so well between America, Canada now.
There has been no you and me. It has been we.
Exactly. And that is the blessing. Most of our USA sadhaks are now on the similar wavelength, and that is why we are seeing, as you notice, so many volunteers, but nobody is coming with ego. Nobody is trying to put other people down. They are trying to come up and lift up. That is the blessing of Swamiji. That is blessing of Swamiji.
Definitely. We are all thankful
for such beautiful vote of thanks. It is so amazing. So we'll move on to Q&A section because we have beautiful questions for the guest today, and hope you still feel a lot of Chaitanya. So the first question is from Ashdeep Sandhu. The question is, how did it feel like after all the clearing from Swamiji?
I will share a beautiful picture to show you exactly how I felt. So, as I mentioned in my previous comments, that you become like a child when you come in front of Swamiji for 8 consecutive days in the workshop for Shibir. Those who have attended this 8-day Shibir already know, but living live Shibir in front of Swamiji is even more powerful, because you have physical body and Sukshma Sharir both present there, you know. And when I attended for the first time, as I told you, I did not know anything about meditation or Swamiji, but my soul had that inner urge and feeling that this is something that I have to connect with and I have to learn. And I felt that, as Swamiji mentioned again and again, that if you are not able to pull the cow to the back to home, then pick up the calf and it will come. Same thing happened in our life. I believe Swamiji came looking for us because we were waiting for doing some service to humanity. And Swamiji found and make us instrument and made us join, exactly like he said to Rupamji, that if he is of our path, he will join. And I joined Swamiji. But what happened in this message, as it says, that we have the luggage, big luggage of karma from this life and past life. And we are trying to go walk with that big bag. And sometimes we feel that, why me? Why I have all this problem and suffering and pain? Why it is happening only to me? Guru comes and he make you forget everything. He take away the big heavy luggage of your karma on his shoulder, and he give you a strong hug of love. And that hug is going to make you so light that you say, oh, this is something that I never experienced. And our buddhi, our intellect disappear. Our inner soul, our consciousness start coming out, flowing down, flowing up. And that is why you can see me crying like a child. I was describing my experience in the first Shibir. And I believe, because of Guru, when you meet him for the first time, just that interaction, just a look, or just being in the aura, being present in the aura of Guru, your this life karma already start vanishing. How you take it and how you continue practicing meditation to benefit from the similar vibration and energy is dependent on you. We continued and rest become history, as you have seen. We never lost focus. We never give up the Agya or Adesh of Guru. We never received information in last 16 years through words, by phone call or email or anything. We continued practicing only meditation like all of you as an ordinary sadhak. Look at us where we are today. It is not me. It is our soul blessed by Guru Shakti.
Beautifully said, Hitendraji. Very,
Thank
very,
you.
very nicely said. And thank you. I know, thank you to Vireshji for sharing that photograph. It is so touching that we would definitely circulate even all the groups so that everybody can has it. It just says it all. So moving on to the next question. Why did not you ask your wife Kalpana ji about sponsoring Swamiji before he was to arrive? Isn't it fair for a wife to know who's coming to her house as a guest for a long period of time?
I would say it is absolutely fair for a wife, for anybody in the house, to know if somebody is coming. But why I did not ask my wife before? Because at that time her state of mind was such that I thought that it will create argument. So I will go back to the same house of relationship. You see, as I told you, when I met her and when we decided to get married, we had this trust. We had this trust or vishwas in each other so strong that I knew that any decision I make, and if it is for the well-being of my family, she may argue with me, she may disagree with me, but she will always be next to me, as if she's sitting next to me right now. So with that trust, with that belief, I did that. And same thing happened with the community, because I had no personal gain out of inviting Swamiji to Canada. There was no expectation. I did not even know Swamiji. In fact, I did not know that Swamiji has gone through such a deep spiritual journey in Himalayas. All I came to know is there is a gentleman who teaches the meditation and you will like it. You invite him. I did that. Being open-minded, as I told you, that you can earn respect by being open-minded and communicating. Being open-minded and loving unconditionally was the two qualities that allowed me to bring Swamiji in our life. The same way it allowed me to build the trust with Kalpana, and then fourth pillar played its role, that she let go our disagreement. She let go our fight. She let go the idea of divorcing me. She's still happy now, by the way.
Absolutely. So thank you again for answering that. And something which I have seen in Hitenji and Kalpanaji is surrender, surrender, and surrender. And I think that stays it all. And I should rather say surrender with bhav. That would
Yes.
complete it. So going to the next, moving on to the next question. It is from Rene Ji. Again, it is for both Hitenji and Kalpanaji. What a joyful sharing from you. Thank you. What happened to your drinking friend who connected you to Swamiji? Lots of blessing to Americas and Canada, and greetings from Germany.
Yes, Jai Baba Swami, Rene.
Jai Baba
Rene, I
Swami.
love your name so much that I'm going to keep it as my body's name, Rene. My friend who introduced me to Swamiji, he is still practicing Samarpan meditation. He lives in Navsari. I'm going to market his story by telling you that he not only quit drinking alcohol, he became so surrendered that everywhere Swamiji was going after coming to Gujarat in Navsari, he was the one who was taking Swamiji in his car. He was the one, like a Swamiji's permanent driver. Uh, in last couple of years, he is still associated with Guru Karya, and the Pratna Dham, or the prayer center that we have for 24/7, every day morning from 5 o'clock, he is doing the prayer for all of us. He is
Wow.
becoming instrumental in Guru Karya, and he is still connected with Swamiji, and he still want to become instrumental for many, many souls like I am doing here. I got the opportunity now. He got the opportunity in the beginning of the Samarpan journey. So we all have our time, and we all are instrumental. But whenever we got opportunity, do not give up. Enjoy and be surrendered and try to do. It is a blessing that is going to make us liberated. Guru Karya is the blessing that is going to liberate us. Jai Baba Swami. Thank you for asking this, Rane.
Such a good question, right? I mean, over the time, what I realized was the more you are surrendered and the more you can put your buddhi in the side, like Guruji says, look at the thoughts, they're going, coming and going. If you can put your buddhi aside for some time, the anubhuti will just take it over. So just for a little bit, just, go through it.
Right. And lots of love to you, Rane, and all the sadhaks in Germany and UK who are always attending our program and supporting us. Yumi is always in contact with me. Dr. Binitha is also in touch with us. So thank you very much, sadhaks from Germany, for connecting with us.
Thank you, Hitenji. Moving on to the next question. It is from Narsimha Raoji, who attends every session. My God, it's amazing. Can you please tell us exactly where 7 chakras are located on the earth? Now, earth is moving fast into 5-dimension phase. This commenced from 2013. Hitenji, can you please shed some light on it?
Yeah, so there are different chakras in different location, but I will tell you why I am here and why Swamiji is there. um, the Sahasrara of the earth is on the Himalayas. Okay, that is the location, and the Muladhar is in the Mount Shasta of United States in the West Coast. There is a huge connection between these two chakra. Rest is all different location, and I have a chart, and these two chakras needed to be connected, and this could be one of the reason why Swamiji has been trying to come to USA, but still Swamiji's journey was not possible to USA. It happened only to Canada, and we are becoming instrumental for bringing that energy. And I have been trying. Last year 2020 I was supposed to go to Mount Shasta and do the meditation there, but it got cancelled because of the corona. But these are again all these delays, because in 2001 when Swamiji came on the 22nd of August 2001, while driving from Toronto to Montreal, we were talking about Swamiji's trip and all the spiritual things. Swamiji mentioned to me, you will be surprised what I'm going to say next. Swamiji mentioned to me, generally when I try to go somewhere, and if it is meant to be, my Guru Shaktis will make it happen for me. But if we applied for USA and Canada, and I got visa only for Canada but not USA, something is not right. Probably my Guru energy is trying to protect me going from here to USA. And that exactly what happened. This is 22nd of August 2001. In less than 2 weeks, on September 11, less than 3 weeks, September 11, 911 happened. And at that time, Swamiji was, yes, you see the earth chakra here. Swamiji was with us doing the second workshop, live workshop at the Ramji Madhata temple in Montreal. Okay, so Swamiji says that probably my gurus don't want me to go there. And then the trustees from India also started telling that, let's shorten your trip and come back to India. We don't want you to go. But that is all the things. The energy of the place, the Muladhar has been polluted so badly. We are seeing the repercussions even today in this week, what we heard in the news. All these are the repercussions. We all have to stay collectively, meditate collectively, and have the bigger vision than just why I am happy or not happy, why I am not this, why I don't have that. Have a bigger vision. Like Swamiji told me that the earth has to be turned, all the chakras has to be cleared. That is what Avatara or Guru like Swamiji has been here for. Okay. So please look at the picture and you will find different chakras at different location.
Beautifully answered, Hitendraji. That is so beautiful, and we can't even understand the play of energy. And I think that is perfect way just to surrender, because it is a beautiful play and everybody's just taken care of, right? So
yeah. So second part of the question was the earth has been moving from 2013 into fifth dimension. So fifth dimension is the dimension beyond mind, body, and it is the dimension of spirit. When we are going beyond the materialism, when we are going beyond the thoughts and dreams related to only material happiness, then you are moving on to the Sahasrara chakra and above. And not only us doing Samarpan meditation, but many people in the world are right now raising their spiritual level and the vibrations are going up. In fact, I want to tell you something. There are 3 waves of volunteers on the earth right now. If you can see this book, can you read the title?
New Earth from Eckhart Tolle or someone?
No, 3 waves of volunteers.
Yes.
So this is the book by Dolores Cannon, and she is talking about same thing what Swamiji has been saying. Okay, she is a hypnotist and she met so many people, and she has given she's no more, but she has given so many talk teaching about the hypnosis as a connection. So there are so many souls right now on the earth, and we could be some of those souls. Okay, so we are lifting the vibration of the earth by doing what we are doing, as spreading awareness of self enlightenment. I hope I answered your question, Narasimha Raoji, because even though you are in India, last month also he was awake till 3 o'clock to not miss anything
Oh,
that we are sharing. He is
yes.
such a lovely person. I never met him, but I feel the same lovely connection of soul with him.
No,
Jai
that
Baba
is
Swami.
the answer, Jitendra. I'm sure he received the answer. And I know Dolores videos are many videos are on YouTube,
YouTube.
and it's
Yes,
very
yes.
fascinating to watch her. She is beautiful. So moving on to the last question for today. It is from Namrata ji. In the last session, Hitendra ji had told me that he feels vibrations of a saint from church. I request him to share it, and my bhajan request is also pending from part one.
today we sang bonus bhajans and duns with you, so that part is taken care. Namrata ji, thank you very much. And I also mentioned about my experience with Archangel Michael. The picture you see on the top is the Archangel Michael with wings, and here are the angelic powers that I experienced. And while doing the meditation, I experienced the energy. Now, if you want to understand what is that experience and how can you differentiate between the energy, Swamiji answered that question in the 8 day Shibir this time. Swamiji says that a sadhak from Canada sent me an email asking that how did you understand that Sai Baba came to you and he talked to you when he was in Nagpur during the workshop. So he answered that if you are sitting in the meditation, your eyes are closed, you are not seeing, and you are just experiencing the energy. And somebody comes next to you and put the rose flower near your nose. What would you sense? You would experience the rose. The same way, if somebody bring the flower of jasmine, what would you smell? You will smell jasmine. So I have been practicing Samarpan meditation for last so many years, okay, 18 years. I know the vibration of my guru. I know the frequency of the vibrations that I felt while doing meditation. I felt different vibrations, and because of that, I was curious what is going on in my life. And I was inspired to go back to my personal library and pick up this book, Opening to Channel. Okay, this is like connecting with the higher divine forces. I read this book. I did my Ganesh Atharvasis. I did my Swamiji's meditation, and then I requested that energy to connect with me after following the instructions from here to really feel what is going on with me, why I am doing that. And I was rising above my crown chakra to the soul star chakra, which is outside the body. And this energy was telling me, like Swamiji experienced during the Gandhyan Anusthan after 2007, that his Jain gurus were telling Swamiji that no, go back, you have more Guru Karya to do for us, you have to become instrument for us. And the same way, I was given the direction that it is not yet time for you to rise so high. You are needed to do more Guru Karya or more missionary work. And I was given message that there are many who will be benefiting from my knowledge of Samarpan meditation and this live anubhuti of Himalayan Guru's sanskar or values. Okay, so you will be surprised that Swami Vivekanand came in 1893 and he gave the talk on the similar subject. The seeds were planted from that time. Then Paramhamsa Yogananda came and he did the same thing when he was on the west coast, and he brought the seeds of Himalayan gurus from Mahavatar Babaji. Today I am here, you guys are here, and we will be doing the same. So there is a lot of history and there are a lot of energies that are helping. Then another energy that connected with me was Saint Germain. Like we have gurus, they have ascended masters who in Christianity. Saint Germain is the energy who connected. He guided me to go and look for his talk. I am are the talk you can hear on the YouTube. In that, he has mentioned how chakra energy, how Christianity and all that he was trying to teach to people during his time in 1923. Okay, this is after First World War. So there are so many things. I have so many anubhutis. You will be surprised that how all these things are happening into our life, because we surrendered and we made ourselves available to Guru energy. So there is so much to enjoy and live in this life, better than money and the material world. Enjoy that. I hope I answered that question.
Oh my God, that was so beautiful and so deep. I mean, I've been listening to these people, but first time able to connect it so well. It is such a big play and such a, it cannot be understood by just
There is a
internet.
bigger thing. There is a bigger thing than what we see as a human
Exactly.
body or physical level. And again, that also tells you why every year I am coming on the Christmas day and giving the workshop here with the, because this is a Christian nation. The faith level, the vibration of the faith on this land is the faith of Christianity. That is why Swamiji or God made me married to a woman who was practicing Christianity. That is why I learned Bible with my wife, and I still respect what I learned. My job as a human being or a soul on the earth is to bring the harmony between beyond religion. And that is the same mission that Swamiji had. That is the reason why my childhood friend who used to hear my talk at the age of 13, 14, 15 immediately remembered me when Swamiji was talking about meditation, that this is something that Rana was talking. This is how we got connected. There is a lot of things behind, beyond our imagination. And every day I do something or I experience, I realize who I am. Because with Swamiji also, when he came, he was staying, whatever anubhuti he was going through, I believe we were growing together as a soul, and we were rising and learning from each other's anubhuti. And I am learning from your anubhuti too. When people are talking to me that Hitendraji, when you are talking, I experience this. So it is a soul network. It is a soul family. If you read my post, Narsimha Raoji always read my post. That's why he's asking all these questions. If you read my post on the Facebook, immediately as soon as I hear something, I go back and I talk to my soul family there and I tell them, this is what I felt. But since this is Samarpan family, I focus only on Samarpan related messages. But over there, I go to my galactic family beyond the world. In entire galaxy, there are so many souls who are waiting and connect and help each other. Jai Baba Swami.
Jai Baba Swami, beautifully said it, Indraji. It is all subtle energies. Very, very glad to have you again.
Thank you.
Before I take us to the Guruji's blessing, Kalpana ji, do you want to say anything?
All right, you read my mind. Yeah, when I was studying Bible and Christianity, so then when Swamiji came in my life, so when he saw me, when he heard my story that I'm studying Bible, and so he said, this is meant for me to study, and it was needed that time, whatever the year that I studied. And so he said, probably he saw my soul that she needed to study the Bible. So it happened just like that.
So nothing happens for without reason, okay? Everything has a reason. And if you continue listening to the voice from inside, from your soul, like I have done from the time I met Kalpana or when I was 15-year-old, anytime I listen to my soul, because of that, I am who I am today. So I encourage everybody, what Swamiji also says, listen to your soul, listen to your inner voice. And I want to tell the audience also, me and Shefali disagree on certain points on an intellectual level, but she listened to her soul, and I'm very proud of her that disagree with me, but tell me that yes, you don't like it or you disagree with me. It is very important, because there is, in disagreeing also, there is a karmic lesson to be learned. Letting go certain emotions, certain attitude, because then I try to go back and explain her, and she feels that yes, Hitendraji, that is right thing. So right and wrong, good and bad are worldly values given to us, but being fair or unfair is the only value that comes from inner religion, the dharma of your soul. Jai Baba Swami.
Beautifully said again. And you're so right that nothing happens without a reason. I remember even before meeting Baba Swamiji, I was following Christianity, not as a religion, but as Jesus Christ, basically. So I would read Bible and I would be a part of a group where, you know, we would talk about Jesus Christ every day and see where we are today. So it happens for a reason.
Yes,
It's so
absolutely.
beautiful. So thank you so much for sharing. Again, thank you everyone for joining us today.